folks, how you doing? It's AJ with Hippie Fertilizing. I hope you are having a fabulous day. So here we are. The other day was part one, a little quick rundown of the soil food web. Today, a little part two, another quick rundown of some little creatures that are in there, part of the soil food web that you almost never hear about in lawn care. And again, I kind of want to bring some awareness to this, because really my whole goal is with lawn care and landscaping and even urban arboriculture being so vastly wide growing. It's all over the place, right? These are huge industries, huge impact. And I'm here to advocate, like, with all the stuff going on, all the changes we want to make, we can make some very good ones at home in our own front and backyard. Because as we progress in this message and in this information, something I really want to put out there is that every square foot matters. Soil is one of the most important, precious resources on the entire earth. You can't eat without it. You can't clean up water the same way without it. Stuff in soil will, the microbes, the bacteria, the fungi, whatever, can eliminate toxins, like crazy amount of toxins. Now we keep overloading it so it doesn't have a good way of always detoxing, right? Kind of like our own bodies, drink too much, have too much sugar, whatever, like it doesn't release it. But if we give our bodies a break properly and then feed them right, they detox really freaking well. Well, nature and soil is all the same way, right? So as we move forward, that is, I want to be an overarching message is that we can make a huge, incredible, positive impact together, right? By supporting soil biology. So come with me, hop on this SSB train and let's get going a little bit. Something that gets highly overlooked as a part of the soil food web is protozoa and nematodes, all right? You hear about bacteria, maybe. If you haven't, we can jump into that too. And fungi. What I often hear, though, is that more on the pathogenic side, is this brown patch? Is it leaf mold, like gray leaf slime? Whatever it is, right? It's usually the bad stuff, and how do I treat it, okay? Well, we want to, number one, encourage soil biology, so we must feed different parts of the soil food web and understand that we got to give the soil and our plants food, right? Not just fertilizer. There can be and is a difference. Does soil food act as a fertilizer? Yes, but they're not all equal, okay? The stuff you're going to go get at the big box store it's okay in little doses, right? But we want to add things that are proper soil foods, so that we can encourage all these essentially like metabolic processes and biological processes that go on. So as we feed stuff with regular nitrogen, we're really supporting a more bacterial function, right? And so we're not allowing more fungal growth to happen in soils that will protect our root zones, our plants, store carbon, store moisture in the soil. Bacteria can eat up like nitrogen and minerals and stuff like that, and they will store them, but they don't store carbon, right? They don't really store moisture. They do create slimes that help with soil glues, that help with soil structure, but fungi does that too. So with all that being said, something, again, that doesn't really go talked about even as much as bacteria and fungi is protozoa and nematodes. Okay, they're a lot bigger in size than bacteria, so there is less of them. However, there's still lots and lots and lots in good, healthy soil, and what they do is they eat up bacteria, releasing even more nitrogen in different ways, releasing other minerals, and helping, with the balance. So again, when it comes to lawn care, and even like gardening, stuff like that. I often hear that, nematodes can be bad. Is there bad ones? Yes, there's bad bacteria, there's bad fungi. But again, it's like there's so much more good stuff, and especially when we feed it properly, there's a balance. And we want to feed the good stuff so that there continues to be a nice balance of aerobic bacteria, good fungi, and predatory bugs in your turf, in your garden. Because when we use asides, insecticide, fungicide, herbicide, all that stuff, we kill off predatory things that are a part of our soil food web that help keep this balance, right? So then what do we got to do? We got to treat it again, and we got to treat it again. Now, as nature has it, right, we get heavy rains, we get snow occasionally. It does happen. I don't even know why I said it. I'm in Texas. But we get droughts. All this stuff affects how the soil is. Soil is wet for 7 days, right? It becomes waterlogged. It becomes aerobic. Lots of good bacteria and fungi die off because they needed the oxygen. So essentially they drowned, right? They're not aquatic creatures as much as they need water. So we got to take necessary steps to like recharge our soil, right? And we do that with bioinoculants, stuff that's going to add good bacteria and fungi. And as I said in the last video, something that goes largely overlooked, I know in the lawn care industry, number one phone call I get all the time, not number one, but a large one is, do you do core aeration? No. Oh, then I don't need you. Okay, Mr. Johnson. You know what I do in place of core aeration? I do lawn top dressing. You know why? Because lawn top dressing with quality soil is going to add good bacteria, good fungi, organic matter, compost, soil aggregates, silt, little tiny rocks, sand, what have you. Even a little bit of clay, right? In my area, I'm in like south of Houston. We have lots and lots and lots of gumbo clay around here. It's not a bad thing. We just need to add stuff to it to make it a loam, right? And so when we have a better understanding of the soil food web and all the different components it needs to thrive, just like us, we need a whole ton of stuff, right? I can't just say I need calories. I just need protein. Oh, I could just drink water and be fine. Like, do we need more of it? Sure. Do we need proper amounts? Absolutely, right? But just like with our cells, when we increase like a very diverse diet, feed our own biology, we get healthier, right? Soil is exactly the same, and in turn, it helps with the healthier plants. So, like lawn top dressing is so important because it's a very good way to truly like have so much food for all that different parts of the soil food web, right? We don't want just bacteria. We don't want just fungi, just protozoa, just nematodes. We want all this stuff, and we want to give them food, the right kind of food, in the right way, so that they thrive. Now, there is a tricky part of like not overfeeding them because then they can go lazy, right? You want to stimulate them so they have to work, kind of like our muscles. Like, want to work out, give it some rest, work out, give it some rest, kind of like that, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I did want to bring up that whole protozoa and nematode thing. There's a different product I've been using by a company called Organics called Bio 800. Now, so far, and I want to have this tested, there's a gentleman named Roman that I've been speaking with who knows how to look at like samples of soil and bacteria and life in the soil. So I want to take this product and really test it because they're the only ones that I've found that have like live protozoa in it. And protozoa is going to take that bacteria, right, eat it up and help release nitrogen in a healthy way. And I say in a healthy way because we don't want to give the wrong sources of nitrogen to things in such a way to where, boom, it gets its fix. So then it doesn't have to go through all these metabolic processes that encourage like these fungal bacterial relationships in the root zone, right? Fun little fact, the root zone is called a rhizosphere, okay? And there's a ton of activity that is and should be going on in the rhizosphere of plants. Some do like more bacterial dominated soils, some do like more fungal dominated soils. I'm kind of finding out just through what I see, what I use, what I do, that lawns are slightly more high on the bacterial side, but still require a good balance, right? Because also that balance is going to be what dictates like how the nitrogen is formed and released, because we'll go more into this in another video, but you have the NH4, which is ammonium, and then you have like NH3, which is nitrate nitrogen, okay? And with that, again, like there's another book called For the Love of Soil. I'm going to definitely go into that one sooner than later, but you know, they say with more NH3, you get more weeds, right? And as you get the NH4 levels better, you get more of what we're going for in terms of turf. And you need even slower release stuff for trees. But, you know, as always, feed your soil, support soil biology. Thank you for coming with me, hopping on this SSB train, toot toot. And we will be back with more. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Check the down below for a little bit more information and some links on some stuff that I like and the books that we'll be going through. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a super groovy day. Peace.